You told me lies, and then you made me cry. Blue rainy days, woman, honey, I thought I'd die. And now you're crying. 1,000 tears too late. Everybody wake up.
The composite of the neighborhood was the following. Across the street from me was the Ohio Players. They was practice. Right around the corner was, down coming up the hill, was the Isley Brothers. You know, they were in there practicing shout before they got the record deal in their kitchen. Everybody practiced in the kitchen.
Everybody, Isley Brothers, myself, we had hundreds of groups around here. I mean, some of the greatest I've seen that have never been heard of. We would take corners, we would take time out for each group to sing on a corner. Like we'd sing one song, and across the street, the group would be over there, they'd sing a song, then the Isley Brothers would sing a song, this group would sing a song like that, and we was really tight like that, and everything was a cappella. Everybody could sing.
I moved from the West End area, like I said, out towards Walnut Hills, Evanston. I was about 12 years old. And a friend of mine that I had left downtown, I basically ran into him maybe about 4 or 5 years later. His name was Arnold Anderson. And I always played the guitar when I was little, or tried, you know, when you're a kid, you just strum with it. But anyway, that's another story. We met back up out in Walnut Hills in Evanston area, and I was playing my guitar on the porch one day, and I heard this guy singing, you know. What was this guy? I go across the street, man, went over there, and it was him. You know, we hugged, because we hadn't seen each other in 5 or 6 years, and that's where it all started back. You know, we started getting together, I was playing the guitar, he was singing, then we met Boosie, we was all kids then. And another guy, Tiger, he used to be with the James Brown Show, we all got together, formed a band in a group, the Valutations. That was the first group that Boosie was with also, Valutations. And it started right there.
James Brown at the time was the king, and then Billy Ward and the Dominoes and Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. King was what was happening all across the country. It's the Motown of the Midwest. King is.
Crawl! Come on, let's crawl!
Don't nobody hate Cincinnati like a Cincinnatian. And usually the person who hates Cincinnati because they're Cincinnati is because they don't go nowhere. Because I don't know what the fields, you understand, that people are into, whether it's sports or the Bengals, the Reds, whatever. But in the field that I dedicated my life to, music, I go anywhere to if I'm Cincinnati, because people who know music, you understand, could never, you understand, be condescending to a musician from Cincinnati. That is, you just didn't do that, you know, because the tradition, funk and jazz and stuff to come out of here, they already know.
And the two black bands that worked consistently 7 days a week, almost, or at least let me say 6, for 12 or 15 years was myself, Kenny Smith and the Love Lighters, and Albert Washington and the Kings.
Used to be great, and like on Redden Road, there used to be so many clubs there. We would go start at one club and work our way up Redden Road, and it would take 6 months. And after that 6 months over, we crossed over Redden Road, the other side of the street. Played all those clubs for 6 months. Then it's time for us to start back where we first started.
You got it! Crawl! Children, put your left foot forward. Crawl! Like you're crawling.
To me, soul music comes from the Appalachia and the South, You know, they see a guy playing a banjo. Oh, that sounds like a bluegrass music. Yeah, but that was really how soul got started. I mean, they didn't have guitars. They had banjos and that kind of stuff. Soul music and country music are your truest form of music. You know, they talk about beating your wife, getting drunk, your wife leaving you, getting fired and take this job and shove it, those types of things. Okay, the lollipop music or some of the pop stuff was just about abstract type of things.
Soul is blues. Anything that turns you on and make you feel good, that's soul.
Soul music is James Brown, James Brown, James Brown. I was playing baseball on Ashland Field in Walnut Hills. Arnold used to play. We all used to play there. So Tom, this limousine pulled up, and I'm playing shortstop looking. Everybody started looking, who is that? So Tom hopped out the limousine and said, Rufus, come here. So I ran over there to him. He said, James want to meet you. I said, James who? He said, James Brown. I said, oh, man, Tom. I said, man, I started shaking. I said, James Brown. I said, look at me. I got on baseball stuff, man. He said, don't worry about that. So I hopped in the limousine. We went on over there to King's studio on Brewster. He come out, man, his long leather diamonds and stuff all on his hand, man. Blowing my mind, man, my idol, you know. So he come up to me, had this little rough voice, you know. So Tom said, James, this is a young man I was telling you about, Rufus Allen. He said, Rufus James Brown. Man, I'm nervous, man. I'm tore up. So James he had this rough voice. He said, yeah, how you doing, bro? How you doing, little man? I said, how you doing, sir? He said, Tom told me you pretty good. You doing my thing out here, ain't you? I said, I'm trying, you know. He said, well, can I see a little bit of it? Oh, man, what'd he say that for, man? I said, oh, Lord. What song you want to hear? I want to see you dance a little bit. I said, Papa's got a brand new bag? He said, put bag on. He said, you see that booth up there? I said, yes, sir. He said, hop in that booth. He said, now the booth's going to be revolving. He said, now, that'll check your coordination, you know. He said, because I record in there. He said, I'll be dancing in it. I said, yes, sir. So I hopped up in the booth. He said, when that red light go off, you hear Papa got a brand new bag. So I got in there, man, put the earphones on, and the light went off. He said, oh, hold on, stop. Started laughing. He said, son, you got it. He said, you got it like I got it in your heart. I said, thank you, sir. He said, you still in school, ain't you? I said, yes, sir. He said, when you get out of school, come see me.
It kind of blindsided most of the musicians that were playing. It blindsided. The guys that were DJs were the guys that were the ones who helped you carry your equipment or your roadies. And while you were in the dressing room being the star and everything, they were entertaining the people, you understand, out, you know, before trying to kill the time.
That's really what made me take a hiatus from the music business.
Once they got rid of live entertainment and just went with DJs, this is why all the clubs died on Red Road, because there was no more live entertainment. But they thought that they was doing the right thing, the owners.
Crawl! Come on, let's crawl! Girl, you...
Hank Ballard did the twist and it came out on King Record. Chubby Checker does it. It's you know, a dynamite all over the country, but that came from Cincinnati. We've got a lot to be proud of just in that. But we can't stop. We got to keep rolling. Gentlemen, good night.
There ain't no harm in testing if you ain't tried it. Baby boys and girls black are getting so inspired.